hard reset or a short-term bleep. So I'm going to now jump over to our another esteemed panelist. With global mobility curtailed, there is an impact on immigration. I invite Mrs. Falguni Parekh to share her views now. I'm going to come to Dr. Parimal in a short while. Meanwhile, I'm also going to request the attendees to drop in your messages in the chat box so we can get to them at the end of the talk. Over to you, Mrs. Falguni Parekh.
Yeah, hi Nitin, and hello to all the panelists. I think the current situation has been a developing one, and we have seen the countries move to protect the citizens. As a first step, what they've done is just close borders. So we see that there will be a short-term impact on global mobility, but over the midterm, I think the situation will remedy. The current focus of shutdown is to control the spread of pandemic. However, the government and economies will need support to get back on their feet. And this is where we see the opportunities for global mobility for companies, for HNIs, who can add values to these economies. Now, for instance, in UK, in 2019, 62 companies achieved an annual growth rate of 10%. Between them, these fast-growing companies earned total revenue exceeding £12 billion, more than double the £6 billion in 2018. In current situation, the overseas businesses will have opportunity to buy businesses in UK, USA, Canada. In addition, we're hoping that the government will be offering tax breaks, support for business rates, etc. Moreover, the key growth industries like the e-commerce, online marketing, healthcare will continue to dominate. From our company's perspective, Smart Move Immigration, we always relied on technology in the past years. For example, in 2019, we did more than 40% of our consultations and applications online for clients in different geographies around the world.
Wonderful.
The good part is the immigration processes have also moved online, with submissions being done electronically. So now the applicant has only to visit the centers for the biometric, which is just the last mile in the whole of this process. And we kind of already, as soon as the centers open up, all our clients need to do is just go out and give their biometrics.
So I have a question right there.
Yes.
Mrs.
Sure.
Parekh.
Yeah.
How are you hand-holding clients whose visas are approved, but they cannot go for the biometrics?
So we basically will have to, I think the government's been very considerate here, and there has been provisions where we will have to make the relevant applications to kind of pushing their visas to the next date. So we can ask for a transfer of vignette, which means that you can kind of delay the process of entering. So assuming your visas are expiring, we can make the relevant applications to the authorities and we can get the whole process delayed.
And do you see any emerging themes? Do you have any emerging themes in your mind? Do you have a model built around that?
I think this is going to be a wonderful reset. It is an opportunity. It is an absolute eye opener. I think this is absolutely the way forward, and we all will have to adapt to this way. And it will be a very smooth and seamless ways, because from the government perspectives as well, I think they will be changing on how you make an applications, how the interviews will happen. I foresee that the authorities will also be having interviews happening through conference calls or through Skype or through Zoom as well, to find out, you know, the one that will always used to happen in one-on-one person, that would change now. So the applications will go online, the interviews would happen through Zoom calls by the government authorities as well. And I think people will sharpen in terms of technology, and I think that will be the way forward. And this is how the things would change. People will need to be cautious, but I strongly believe this is a short-term bleep, and very conservatism here, and it's only human nature. You know, we already, I think most of us is making plans on how we're going to kind of, you know, look forward in terms of post-lockdown. Also to add, just our experience very recently, we had consultant come down from UK, and he was been speaking. It was trying to connect trade and investment opportunities between India and UK. And his feedback, he's taken off the chartered plane today morning to go back to the UK, and his feedback before he left is very interesting. And I think, Professor Parimal Merchant, this is something that you would also be happy to know, that India will emerge. I think the manufacturers in India will get this approach now in terms of getting more work flowing in from the other parts of the world. So it's a very popular saying in management: either you get served the same product in a different market, or you serve a different product in the same market. So I think this is where we'll need to jump in, that if you're into production of a particular kind of a product, then this is the time where you will see new geographies and not confine yourself. This is really pushing you against the wall to find out more global edges for your firm or for the manufacturing entrepreneurs to open themselves up to say, and history is evident about this. You know, people have always been traveling, wandering from one end to another to make their presence felt in, and to sell and trade from one place to another place. So I think this will really push for the people who were always thinking that I will confine myself to only this particular district or this particular geography or this particular nation. I think this will really push them to think that there is an opportunity out, and the world's quite a big place to do your businesses there. So I think it's very, very positive, and this will really make people think on that lines there.
So are you saying it's a soft reset? You're saying
it is a soft reset. It is a soft reset,
and not a hard reset.
Not
Lovely.
a hard one there.
Not a hard reset.
No.